Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke. We have a great topic for today's show, in which it is the proper steps in dealing with racial injustices and the rioters and anarchists. And I've spoken with a lot of people about this, and um, here are the three steps to really help deal with this, with these issues. First one is people in the community have to work together with community leaders in taking back their community. That's the first one. The second one is all state and city officials have to create proper police reform. That's number two. And number three, all elected officials have to make it a law that all bad police officers who commit illegal murders and all rioters or anarchists be placed in prisons. Those that are minors do half the time, do half their sentence in a real prison, and the other half of their sentence in boot camp. Now, this is a hard pill for some people to swallow, and but this is realistic stuff. So these are the three steps that will really help to heal things. These situations, and it's going to take time for things to heal, but it can be done. Okay. Those are three great steps. I just mentioned it right there. And if those get followed, then things can get done properly. Okay. And um things can be done the right way. And there's one more thing that I wanted to add to this is that um peaceful protesters, again, are not the rioters, they're not the anarchists. Separate. Okay. That's number one. And there's many people who go around saying that uh, people should not be allowed to do peaceful protests. Well, that's just wrong right there because it's people's legal right to do peaceful protests. It's their legal right. And I've had many people say that um, peaceful protests are not hard work and the protesters should just go out and get a job, which is completely wrong to say. Okay. And advocacy work is a lot of hard work. And for people who go against that and say that advocacy is not hard work and because it's not to their liking and stuff like that, well, nobody has to go to what they like. And not only that, then you got to watch out for karma because karma's going to come back and kick them in the rear end. And when what goes around comes around three times fold. Each one is worse than the one prior, so you got to watch out for that last third one. Don't go making fun of people who do advocacy work. Don't go making fun of people who do volunteer work. It's still hard work, very hard work. Okay. And because you don't like it, too bad. So, um, now with all that being said, with regard to keeping things peaceful and getting the job done and stuff, the other thing that I wanted to add to this as well is that the peaceful protesters also have to learn to work well with the police departments and the elected officials. And when the peaceful protesters want to do uh, a peaceful protest, it's also wrong to block traffic and stuff like that. Okay. And to help fix that part, um, they have to work with the elected officials in getting the permits. Okay. And maybe one day people won't have to get permits to do peaceful protests. But either which way, whenever the day that they're going to do the protest, they have to work well with the police departments and also vice versa. And and tell them, what day they want to do their protest, what route they want to go along. And then what can happen is the police can work well with these peaceful protesters, and they can, uh, put up the barriers for that route that the peaceful protesters want to go along. And so that way, the peaceful protesters will have um, their walkway to, or so they can go along their route, and that way it won't block traffic as well. So everybody wins. Okay, so that's the other thing that also needs to be done too. And like I said, in these steps that I mentioned, um, with these anarchists, these rioters, okay, first of all, they need to be put in a real prison, not in juvie hall. Okay, forget juvie hall. That should be gone, in my opinion, anyhow. But put them in a real prison, okay? And with these minors, okay, again, put them in a real prison, a real adult prison. Okay, let them do half their sentence there, and let them do the other half of their sentence in a real boot camp. That'll fix them. That'll fix them real good. And but there's a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, that's too harsh for they're just kids." Listen, no, don't give me that garbage. If these kids, these minors, are able to do adult crimes, then they should be treated just like that as adults. They're committing major crimes. So really, let's be honest about things here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all be realistic about things. And again, in regards to all this, proper police reform needs to be done, and that's also already starting. And people in the community have to work together with community leaders in taking back their community. Community leaders know their community, okay, are well respected within their community, and working together helps get the job done peacefully and quickly. So, but anyways, and these are important steps to healing and taking care of both these issues at the same time. And since we're on this topic, somebody asked me about this. There's a state, I forgot where it is. I believe it's somewhere down south, but I'm not 100% sure. In which some of the rioters, the anarchists, um, took some objects and destroyed this person's business, uh, bar or a tavern or whatever it was, and the person who owns that business and all the patrons that attend that business never did anything to hurt anybody. And for these rioters, these anarchists to destroy, I mean, they were throwing objects through the windows and doing whatever and destroying the place. That wasn't right. And that's very illegal. And so people have the right to defend their property. So the owner of that establishment went to face these rioters who destroyed his business, right? And the intern and altercation happened, and one of the one of these rioters that destroyed his business uh, died, and now they want to charge the bar owner of murder. And in my opinion, okay, again, this is just my opinion. I'm on the side of the bar owner. Okay, these anarchists took objects uh, which are weapons, really, if you think about it, destroyed his business, breaking windows and whatever else, and he has the right to protect his property, his business. He faced uh, these anarchists that did that. Did not have any legal right to do that. What they did was illegal, majorly illegal, and an altercation happened, uh, and this anarchist died. So And it's a sad situation, yes, but um, you took a weapon, an object to destroy his business, and their intention was to do damage. And they didn't care if anybody would have died when broken glass comes down or whatever else. They didn't care. They didn't care if somebody got hurt inside there. They didn't care. So I'm on the side with the bar owner on this one. And if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And for them to say, "Oh, that bar owner committed murder," no, that was self-defense. If this person didn't do the crime to begin with, then none of that would have happened, and he would have still been alive. So seriously, um, so again, personally, I'm on the side of the bar owner on this one, and I hope that he prevails, and I strongly believe that he will. And so anyway, I want to remind everybody about my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway, and the link to there is awldny.com. And you guys could check out all the pages on there. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.